Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I've always been impressed with Lautaro.
Chance for a shot! That's another chance! It's in!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Milan finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Tries to play it through. That's a lovely, neat pass. Looking for options for movement. And he's picked out the run. Mignon claims comfortably.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Good chance here! I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Thuram threads one in, and that is expertly dealt with. There's a sharp little ball here. Modric. Now it's De Bruyne. Tries to pass it through. Zanetti gets into some space. Zanetti crosses. Chance to shoot! It's in for the pieces! It's a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very...
There's the shot! There it is! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Header! Oh, it's there! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence...
Decent chance! This time, surely! Goal, Milan! That is how you do it! A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. De Bruyne delivered. Chance! And yes, it again in double quick time. Satisfied. And the first 45 minutes are up.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Milan head into half-time, 2 up, but goals flying in at both ends. There is little safety in that lead. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. And here's De Bruyne. And that is exemplary defending.
Some inspired work, that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
Nedved is flagged offside. Bastoni. Davids is one of those players who's known for reading the... Can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Milan really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable...
He's having a shot! It's in! Over the hills and far away! No catching them now! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting. Well, chance, surely! No mistake! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Shoots! He's got a goal! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Just eases him off the ball. Serginho. And it's Nedved. Nicely weighted ball. Vieri gets into a good position. He's picked his way through. Vieri! Oh, denied at the last.
Milan certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Not the most accurate pass. De Bruyne picks it up out wide. Looking for the run. Bastoni deals with that comfortably.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Can he get it through? Thinks about the shot. He chance! And it's come back out to him. He's put it wide.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And he's managed to gift it back. Oh, it's Van Basten. Might be danger here. It's Nedved! Oh, special! That is a special goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. Vieri! Keeper's not concerned by that. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle.
Just a quick announcement.
Perfect
it is now
result,
time for our special
perfect
lottery.
outcome. Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt, these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down. Alessandro Costacurta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Vieri. Fratesi. Driving on and making good progress. Otto. That is lovely. Can he get on the end of this?
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time. Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
De Bruyne. He's picked his way through. Incoming to big header. Goal, Milan! And Milan have the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a
Real chance! Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Maldini. Throw in. And he skips past his man. Otto receives it in a wide position. Climbs up big! He will be livid with himself.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. He's found the way through. Referee's given a throw. Dybala. That's Chiesa. Now it's Osimhen. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Oh, played right into his path. De Gea claims comfortably. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now it's Osimhen. Oh, that is a good ball. Keane! Oh, split-second reaction.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Inter Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Gets his head on it! There it is! Inter are back in business. Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there in attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Number 15.
Inter Milan grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
There will be
Oh,
3
that's
minutes
fabulous.
added time.
Osimhen, oh, what a climb! Goal, Inter! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
How can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Inter Milan get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
This is a lost
And we are up to the break.
Well, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think starting this...
Takes a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, I thought the keeper did well to retrieve that. They work all week on that sort of situation, and he reacted very well then.
Dybala. And it's Nedved. Searching pass he's played there. He is through here. Terrific header. Seedorf. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. And here's Osimhen. Costa Curta. Now that looks a decent ball. And he's cut it out.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Great defending, strong and determined. Costa Curta. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And he's only too happy to take that back. And they've got a throw. Kaká.
Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And here's Kaká. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Out towards the flank. De Bruyne. This looks promising. Can he finish? And he's really put himself on the line here. Inter Milan are looking to go forward now. And he's managed to get free. That's the keeper's ball.
Inter really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Nicely weighted ball. Very nicely done.
There will be 1 minute
Shapes to
added time.
suit! Denied by an instinctive set. And the referee brings it to a close. Milan played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promising. And so we reach a fork in the road.
Hello,
Fortunes
everybody,
can
and
turn
welcome to
either way
today's
from this
match.
point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And as you can see, we've already started here. So, Jim, tell me this. And the shot! And he's gone looking for safety. And here's Nedved. And they've got a throw. Nedved just eases him off the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Costa Curta. And the pass is intercepted. Lovely pass, but can... It's Inzaghi!
Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped. The timing of the pass and run was exquisite.
Costa Curta. So we're still where we started right now. That's rather hopeful. Bonucci is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. That'll be a throw-in. Ah, good steal, he just read it. Costa Curta. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And that's a throw-in. De Bruyne picks it up out wide. Big chance, corner. Milan with the corner, they're first. And they've got rid. And now they can spring out of defence.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Batistuta! Oh, what a... And it's come back out to him. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Costa Curta tries to pass it through. That's the throw. Cross to the back post. Finds him. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Milan have themselves a chance from the spot. The major moment in the game. Not much more than a formality.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's really changed the mood in the stands, Peter. It ought to encourage more positive football, a more front-footed approach. It's got to be.
Well, that's well seen too. That pass has been well intercepted. The less said about that pass, the better. Now, what about a counter-attack? And the whistle goes for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Oh, what a terrific 45 minutes, all triggered by a helter-skelter tempo that has, been very open, end-to-end, ding-dong stuff, with so much to enjoy. It's a cracking watch.
Milan happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Bastoni calmly anticipates. And this is Vieri. And he's got the beating of his man. Vieri was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a... Oh, they could be caught out here. And this is Inzaghi. Filippo Inzaghi. And he shoots! It's a goal! AC Milan are all square. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Big chance! Defending of the desperate variety. Who saw this coming? From the cusp of victory to the cusp of desperation. He's had a shot! Goal, Milan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Number 15.
Milan go into the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Played into the middle. Firmly met. Kamada clears. Thuram. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Well, that looks a decent ball. That's a shade optimistic.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And he was quick to react. Well-timed, excellent interception. Nicely weighted ball. Kaká looking to run onto it. And that's put paid to a promising move. Yildiz. Now it's Inzaghi. Rabiot. Well read, nice interception. Rabiot is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Bastoni gets it away.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And it's Kaká. Now it's Vieri. Well, played right into his path. And that is that. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead. Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive
Hello,
nerves.
everybody,
The
and
prospects are
welcome
so
to
great,
today's
the
match.
potential, be it financial or
Milan.
reputational, is huge, because success in this competition brings so much, and the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Two tribes going toe-to-toe. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Stefan de Vrij. He's a very clever central defender whose positioning and reading of the game are second to none. The way he seems to just know where a pass is headed and he steps in to make the interception, it's very impressive. He's very good on the ball too, Peter, and always looking to contribute towards the build.
There's the shot! Goal! Milan! The breakthrough strike! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Milan penetrate first. It is a truly... Tries a shot! Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Nedved with a real chance here. Looking to widen the gap even further here. Beautiful from Nedved! That is a gem! An absolute gem! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Oh, that is a bit special.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Milan are now... It's Vieri! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. De Bruyne plays it short. Played it again. And it's hoisted clear. And now they can spring out of defence. That is good strength. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for the run. And it's Ribery. Thinks about the shot. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Well, the defence proved infallible then. But that won't be the last they'll see of him. Davids. Milan do have a chance to counter here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Mkhitaryan. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Nedved. Lovely, now then. That has been knocked clear. It's a throw-in. Çalhanoğlu. He's a sharp little ball here. Nedved. Nedved crosses. He rises!
Has been indicated.
And he's there to get it away. Now it's Thuram. Nedved. And this is Vieri. Vieri gets flagged offside. Half-time. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Milan clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Milan ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Referee's given a throw. Mkhitaryan. Lookman. That pass isn't the best. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Shot could be on. Real chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical.
Great chance! Oh, taken with style. Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And now he has 2. Milan are having a ball here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Nicely aimed pass. Thuram is onto this. Thuram! Gorgeous from Thuram. A finish of true class. He just absolutely speared that in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Inter Milan playing for pride here. Kaka! And that's off target. Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. Tries to pass it through. Nedved. And they're quick to get it back. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And the shot's on here. Nedved. Can he get it through? Oh, played right into his path. Çalhanoğlu. Now it's Vieri. And he's quick to snatch it back. And it's De Bruyne. Oh, look at the space here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Thuram. De Bruyne. De Bruyne. And De Bruyne! Oh, no. A quite unbelievable miss.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Just 5 minutes left. And it's De Bruyne. And he's found De Bruyne! Oh, brilliant save.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Thuram is there and he can get that clear. Kaka.
There will be 5 minutes.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. And reclaimed it in a trice. Clipped into space. Maldini. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Oh, and the shots! They did it! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter...
And that will be the final act. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying... Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And when these two meet, generally speaking, sparks fly. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, the contributions made by Barella, I think, will be key here, Peter. He loves to take up that right half space, we know that. But while he may not necessarily have the final pass or the assist for a goal, he'll have been involved in the move somewhere along the way.
It's Ibrahimovic! They score!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0. Well, he's been caught on it here. Good chance here.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Kaka unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. It's hit the upright. And he's there to belt it away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Pulisic. He's got away. Shot a goal! And we have our very first corner. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Ibrahimovic. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Mateus. Kaka goes steaming forward. Mateus. And that has been clubbed away. Now it's Insigne. And he's managed to gift it back. Not the most accurate pass. Vieri. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Real pressure penalty, this. A formality. We're level. Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And he's being shifted off it. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And this is Ibrahimovic. Lorenzo Insigne. And claimed it back swiftly. Oh, easy pickings there. And he's well positioned here. De Bruyne. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Ibrahimovic.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Kaka looking to be a menace in the final third. Now it's Del Piero. Great vision. He won't be happy with that one. And the first half is done. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. So once again, we're underway. That has been cut short. Bonucci defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. It's a promising position. Oh, he's played it in, and he shoots! Superb goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Inter Milan get themselves into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Now, who's going to be first to this? Skims one in.
Into Inter clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
And here's Del
The
Piero.
attendance for this match was
60 minutes played.
80,113.
Now it's Vieri. Kaka receives it in a good position here. Out of play for a throw. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And this is Vieri. Nesta with the clearance. And he's found a way past. It's Ibrahimovic! It's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that really is so impressive. Inter Milan go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
He's going to be disappointed with that. And he's worked it through. He's beaten the last... Oh, shooting chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
And that means just one thing. Match ball.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Substitution for Inter. Number 4, Del Piero. Number 21, Ibrahimovic.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. Inter Milan blast themselves into a 3-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, they've got it again. That looks a decent ball. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Kaka. And it's De Bruyne. Threads one in. Oh, taken with style. Oh, that's a key interception. He's one-on-one, and the shot! It's in! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away.
Was there ever any doubt? Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Now is this the final assault? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Mignon needs a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Bonucci calmly anticipates. He's found the way through. Oh, that's a chance! It's in! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
And now he has two. And that's that. Milan cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. The end of the game. Reflections?
Please report to
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We have already started here. David's making his 200th appearance today. I guess that's the most significant team news.
Yeah, and he looks like he's raring to go here too, Peter. You can really tell how eager he is to leave his mark on this game. And when he's in that sort of a mood, he usually gets what he wants.
Well timed, excellent interception. Pulisic picks it up out wide. And it's Schneider. Shot it! Off the post! Mateus. Passing is crisp and sharp. He might be in here! And that was very necessary. And here's Nedved. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's De Bruyne. Real chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nedved. Milan claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. And we have our very first corner. That has been knocked clear. Francisco Conceição. Milan are looking to go forward now. And the shot! Goal! Milan! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Maldini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He's in a great position here. De Bruyne! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And he's straight offside. And he was quick to react. Looking to play him in. And he can clear it away. Davids clears. Maldini. Oh no, what has happened here?
There will be 1 minute added time.
He has found a way through. And that's gone loose. And we've reached half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the supporters have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And we're off again.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Maldini. Now Costa Curta. And it's Kaka. And he has been fouled there. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Nedved having a look. And this is a great chance to get themselves back square. Terrific save by Manuel. Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And that should get the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Costa Curta.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Threads one in. Pulisic is onto this. Pulisic unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. That's a little off target. Dealt with nicely by the defence. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Milan are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Oh, what great chance! It's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
So smooth. A signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
He's found a way through. This ended up in no man's land. It's a pretty loose pass. Ledvied plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, they've broken out here, and this could be the moment. He's away! Can he get on the end of this? Great defending, strong and determined. He won't be happy with that one. Now that looks a decent ball. And there's green grass ahead of him. Cleared without complication. Schneider. Thuram does well to get it back. It's Schneider! Goal! Milan! Into the lead once more. And now he has two.
The goal scorer for Milan after 83 minutes is number 6.
Milan get themselves into the lead.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter. The desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive.
Substitution for Milan, number 18, Barella, number 10, Pulisic.
Well, they shouldn't be
Number
dawdling at this
3,
stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer
number
and quickly.
9, Schneider.
Mateus,
Number 17,
shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Coming on the field, number 46, Gabbia. Number 8,
Well, he got rid
Modric.
because he was under pressure.
Number 19, Hernandez.
Into a minimum of
Number
4
22,
minutes additional time.
Rabiot. Number 92,
And he's cleared it out of harm's way.
Substitutions taking place.
And smartly
4 added minutes
reclaimed.
has been indicated.
Van Basten. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. In with the challenge. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. There's obvious upset over that challenge. You can see the players face to face. Let's hope this doesn't escalate. The final whistle is imminent, but I do think he'll allow time for this free kick. Can he finish? Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
This is a Hollywood or bust corner. The final whistle is up next.
Bastoni attempts a clear. And the finish! And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. Milan perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. here comes a crunch game. So much depends on
Hello,
this.
ladies and gentlemen,
Expectation
welcome
and
to the
nerve.
San
It is
Siro.
indeed a heady mix.
Milan against Milan.
Red and black wherever you turn. The San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. So off we go then. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in line to be its latest representative. I think being an Italian defender, we all know he's very much from the school of no nonsense, but I really like his technique, and again, he's one of these centre-backs or defenders who can get his head up and just pick out a wonderful pass, 40, 50, 60 yards.
I wonder whether that takes a shot! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
The goal scorer
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Ibrahimovic.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, that's well spotted. Now it's Vieri. Kaká tries a shot! We've got a goal! And the lead lasts no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins
The
are
goal
up.
scorer for Milan.
So smooth. A
13 minutes.
signature finish.
Well,
Number
it always
22.
comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
That has certainly made things interesting.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop.
Big chance! And it's come back out to him. Goal, Milan! And the comeback is complete. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Milan take the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Vieri. Cannavaro gets a foot in here. Vega, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Kaká touches it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
30 minutes gone. Now it's Vieri. Oh, the ball's run loose here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Cannavaro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Good running, strong and purposeful. Kaká! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
मेरे घर पे गाली पड़ रही है बहुत। घर पे गाली पड़ रही है बहुत, इसलिए चुप हूँ। रोज रात को लेट सोता हूँ तो घर वाले गालियाँ देते हैं।
corner, there first. And he gets rid in a hurry. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that is out of play. Out again for a throw-in. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. It's their second corner of the game. McTominay clears it away. De Bruyne. Oh, he's certainly caught in there. It's a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. So, another set play. He's had a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Rui Costa. Chance here to counter. Mateus. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. So there was the first half.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Milan are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. And we are already promptly back underway. And it's McTominay. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Davids. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Rui Costa does well to get it back. Nicely aimed pass. Cannavaro. Oh no, what has happened here? And he's managed to... He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Nedved.
The attendance for
Just
this
about
match
up to the
was
hour now.
80,113.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Vega. Davids. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Can he finish? And he's there to retrieve it. Now it's Nedved. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Looking for the run. Maldini calmly anticipates. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And here's Kaka.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Davids is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Foot in. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Has a shot! Chance again. No.
Milan really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
So, third corner of the game. And that has been cleared. Costa Curta, spread out to the left. And he cuts out the supply.
Milan really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And there goes the final whistle. Milan can